Hey, what's up, Max? Still setting things up actually as we speak, but I'm here. How you doing, man? Oops, bumping the mic already. I'm doing all right. Waiting to see what this bow echo is going to end up doing. Yeah, but just got off work, just got out the shower, and I just finished eating too, so been a little busy, but I'm pretty set to go here. Interested to see what these storms end up turning into. Turning into. Jeez. Still waiting to see if any of the other admins are coming on. I think maybe contingents might be able to get on. Now it'll just be you and me for right now. Alright, so I'm just pouring over data right now, mainly looking at severe thunderstorm warnings. The main thing we're going to be looking for tonight is the more intense severe thunderstorm warnings. It's going to be a wind event more so than anything else. Could see some hail early on. Hey, there's Baconator. You ghost. It's been a minute. It's good to have you back on here. It's been a long time. But life be like that. You ready for this one, though? Yeah, I know. I know. You told me. I've just been like, dang, man, every single live. And then there was that the flash flood warning. That's good 4 hours just about. So nothing to really worry about there. But that's in like California actually. Or wait, excuse me. No, it's not. I'm tripping. These are in Kansas and Colorado. It's just sheerly from the amount of rainfall that's dropped over those areas from these storms. I really think the main event is going to be this part of the line right here. These are going to be the ones to watch. This little section here is going to be the one to watch, I should say. Might actually shift the radar sight a little bit further north. But yeah, good to have you back, bud. I mean, this should be a relatively laid back stream on our part, I think. Shouldn't be anything too crazy going on here. Oh, dang. At your cousin's house right now. I know you've been pretty busy lately from what you've told me on Discord. Trying to get this computer set up where I can look at the live chat. It's doing some strange stuff right now, actually, if I'm being honest. It's showing me like comments from an old chat, not chat, but like an old video. It was weird. All right, so right now, hopefully I can get this thing to work right. Right now, this is probably an interesting storm here. This has golf ball sized hail with it in South Dakota here, just to the southeast of Rapid City. Got a lot of lightning with it. So let's go ahead and look at the VIL. We're going to be looking at that probably a lot tonight too. There's probably good hail potential with this the earlier part of the evening here. Well, If that isn't maxed, I don't know what is. Usually use this for gate to gate cheer, but tonight, why not? Some wild hail right there. Yep, maxed out just about. 'Cause the max goes to 80, but I've only ever seen it go up to 79.54. So this is about as big as suspended hail as you could get. Also, good lightning with this storm too. We're not necessarily looking for tornadoes tonight, too, though, Max. We're mainly going to be just looking for more so damaging winds, damaging straight line winds. So when you start to see these colors brighten up, that's when you need to be saying something in the chat. Well, not really, but that's when you got to have your eyes open. Looks like this storm also has a history of producing hail too. Then we have another one here with quarter-sized hail. Hey, no, don't you start that here. Oh wait, if that summons contingents, that'll work too. Bring them in here. Man, Max, I don't know if you're in on Discord, but you really should be in there. You miss a lot of craziness. Eggplant. How would you even pronounce that? Like, I don't know where you guys come up with that. Where you guys came up with that from, man. But yeah, some funny stuff goes on in Discord, man. It's pretty amusing. So we're looking for contingents, and I guess Wyatt, maybe Kyle, maybe not. I don't know. That's at the bottom of the radar here. Let's see what we can still look at it and see what we got for warning here. Uh-oh, first 70-mile-per-hour gust for the stream. Let's go ahead and look at this radar in Cheyenne here. Well, the other day, just, I guess maybe a misunderstanding more or less. Or did something happen recently? Yeah, it was just more like, I don't know. And just like I asked him to stop making channels, and I didn't think he was listening, and I kind of had to be a little more stern, a little more heated, even though I wasn't really trying to be too much. So yeah, it was not that wasn't fun. That was for sure. It is what it is. I mean, we'll address that another time. I mean, it seems like things are good for now, so we're not gonna worry about that too much. I mean, hopefully things are good. It seems like they are. We'll see if it remains that way. I really hope it does. Yeah, it's fine for now. Dang it, this radar doesn't really give me a good visual on potential damaging winds here. Maybe that was just like a little pulse that storm is giving the radar, and now it's kind of gotten a little less impressive. Yeah, hopefully things are good, but either way, onward we move. That's all we can do. Yeah, the storm isn't as impressive now. Maybe I can look at base velocity and we'll see something here. Yeah, I don't see anything as impressive as before. About 31. Yeah. It was showing attack for 70, but I haven't seen anything that would make me believe that. Maybe I'd have to look at base velocity for that one. Oh, hello. We're up to 10 people. Uh, Hello everybody. Your voice is deeper. Yes, we cover pretty much the entire U.S. Grace, how you doing, by the way? Um, but yeah, we cover the entire U.S. I don't know if they would get an enhanced risk just yet, but I am watching that area. I'm watching multiple areas this week for severe weather. So I'll have forecast updates if you want. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll have probably update videos tomorrow, Wednesday. I've been hearing talk of Thursday right now. I have yet to make a video on that though. Wait, what are you not gonna cry about, Henry? Baconator? I can't really answer right now because I haven't had a chance to look at the models since I've gone live. There should be some models updating around midnight tonight. If I if I can't look at that, I'll look at the morning models, and that'll probably give me a good idea, especially since we're getting into pretty good range now. If it was about a week out, I'd be a little bit more uncertain. But I think once we get to about 72 hours, my confidence starts to go up. Oh, you'll see a video on here. Hey, there's Wyatt. Hang on a minute though. Baconator, why are you crying? Why would you be upset about your voice being deeper than Wyatt? You're older than Wyatt. Hi, Mia. Wait, I, I don't get it. Yeah, I'm just as lost as you are, Wyatt. I don't get why. Why you're older than? Oh, you know what? Forget I asked. I'm not even gonna get into that. I almost wonder if I want to know. Glad to have you guys here though. Dang it, I got so much phlegm in my throat right now. Oh wow. Not much, Mia. We're actually looking at the potential of a big time windbag event and maybe even a bow echo trying to develop over here. Not really looking at too much of a tornado threat right now, but the area that I'm most sus of any sort of bow echo developing is going to be over towards Nebraska and Wyoming right now. You think it'll last long enough to be a derecho? Dang. If only my computer had better CPU, I would actually try to make a poll real quick saying, thoughts, will this become a derecho tonight? Because I want to make these streams a little bit more to where you guys can be more engaged in it. I'm a little skeptical of it, but we remember today was a no tourist day, and guess what? If I scroll down here, guess what we see? I see a bunch of red circles with a black triangle in them. So I don't really think anything's off the table at this point. Literally, with the way things have been this year, not necessarily critiquing the Storm Prediction Center, but yeah, this month has not been kind to them. To put it lightly. They've had some struggles. They have definitely had some struggles. Yeah, I know, right? You don't have to do that though. I feel like eventually we're gonna work our way back up. One thing that's been really hurting is the whole car situation I've been in. We've well, really, both the cars around the house are down, sort of. Well, we got one of them back up, but it's got like an evap issue, so you actually can't put your foot in it. We might be towards the end of the issue with the Maxima. We might be getting the transmission fixed soon. So there's that. Still no definite answer. Thankfully, I know people in the family that can fix cars and fix transmissions. Problem is buying the part. Oh, wow. A kidney stone. Oof. That sounds like an interesting day. Sorry you had to deal with that, Wyatt. Hopefully she'll be better soon. Kidney stone is like one of my worst nightmares, if I'm being honest. Like, it sounds utterly terrifying. But yeah, that's the deal, Baconator. Okay, well, at least she's not in like a lot of pain because yeah, stones, enough said. I've heard some terrifying things about kidney stones and just how painful they are. Huh. Trying to think here. I'm wondering if they're going to issue a severe thunderstorm watch a little further to the north. Because, I mean, there was a marginal risk. I mean, the enhanced risk is mainly where this severe thunderstorm watch is. Speaking of which, I wonder if they label this as PDS. I feel like they would if they felt like 80 mile per hour gusts were possible. Yep. Isolated large hail, 80 mile per hour gust. I almost don't want to know. I just don't want to even think about that. PDS gust, PDS with gust up to 90. That's insane. Yeah, that's pretty much the best thing you could do. I wouldn't want to be above ground even for that. Let alone let alone 60 miles an hour even. But 90? Shoot, man. Wait, were we live that day? You and me both, Max. You and me both. I actually live in the second floor. So, yeah. Oh, this was way back. Oh, dang it. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. I think I actually remember that event a little bit. It was one of those years. I think it was 17 to be honest. I know there was a big like Bo Echo derecho event across the Midwest one of those years. It's whatever you're most comfortable with, Mia. I mean, if you want to do weather and news together on your channel, then you feel free to do that. But understand that once you get an audience, they're gonna expect you to maintain that. That's the trick. You need to make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself. But if you're doing just weather, it can be a little easier. But you want to be able to go into the more in-depth stuff because people will, of course, ask you questions, and you got to be able to answer them. Well, um, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Then make sure you're doing your proper research, and I think you'll be all right. Besides, if you enjoy doing it, you'll do the work, and the rest will come to you. pretty easily. So it was doing summer break, huh? Hmm. I vaguely remember something, but I don't remember in great detail. There's really no storm chasers here. The only one is this guy right here, but I think it's Williard Sharp, but he has the orange circle of death around him, so it's not gonna work probably if I click his stream. Mm. Were you in Iowa in 2020 with that one derecho then? Cause that one I remember. Like that one was like viral. Cause they were talking about like 90, 100, I think even like 110 mile per hour wind gusts even, if I remember correctly. But that was insane. I do remember that one. Oh, you weren't there because of COVID? Yeah, I know there was. Wait, was there one in 2022? Dude, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff that's happened over the last few years between COVID and between the start of COVID and now that it's utterly crazy for me to try to keep up with it all. And I think 2022, that's when I first started doing the forecast videos, and then this year I started doing the live streams along with it. Okay, let's see the storm history here. First radar loops of the stream. Also, to anyone that's jumping in for the first time tonight, make sure you're hitting that like button, obliterating that share button, also that subscribe button too. We're going to try to cover this for as long as we can here. It's strange. These storms don't seem like they're moving all that fast, actually, which is kind of surprising. I think I do remember that event. It was on the early days of the channel because we're only about a year old on the channel here. But I wasn't live for that one. I know that much. I think I touched the. Oh gosh. Wait, what? Baconator or Henry or whichever one you want me to call you, or do I need to call you by your other name? Would you prefer to? Would you prefer me to call you by the restaurant? Okay, no, no, you got to finish it off though. Now then, Baconator, you gotta do it just like off The Office. Please, no, no. Now do the lengthy no. Bad storm and damage in the Midwest in 2022. Actually, I do remember it now. The more you bring up the facts, the more I'm remembering. I wasn't live for that one. I didn't have. I didn't have the capability to live. There you go. Took you long enough. All right, so now all we're missing is contingents. Okay, we're up to 10 people watching. Let's go. Oh wow, really, really, Baconator. Eggplant. That's such a throw. Oh shoot, you're recording a podcast? My bad, dude. If you're recording a podcast, chill out, man. You got it tonight. You're good for tonight, dude. If you can pop in, pop in, but it's no pressure, dude. Either way, I appreciate you being on. No, we don't. Kyle's not here. Right now it's probably gonna be pretty chill for a little bit here. I don't see any things that's like super concerning at the moment. So you can chill. You can probably chill for most of the night, if not all of it. Because I mean, I've been peering through the warnings. Only thing I've seen is why? No, Wyatt, do not say that. Let the chaos begin. Aw, Baconator's sad. Okay, so ping pong size hail in Nebraska right now. Does anybody does anybody have like Twitter or something? Because I know I need to get one eventually. I know I need to make one. I just don't want to. I really try to avoid social media when I can, even though that's literally contradiction considering the fact that I'm doing this. But necessity might have to you're I'm crying grease right. Oh my god. Wow, Wyatt literally just defined what an eggplant is. Oh my gosh. Chat's going crazy already. I'm all for it though. Okay. But I know I need to eventually make a Twitter though. Maybe we could get some maybe we can get some videos of hail reports, wind reports, etc. Wow, I can't believe you really just said that though. Baconator. Wait, what? What's going on here? You deleted those messages. You deleted those messages, didn't you, Wyatt? If you did, it's fine. Or if Baconator did it, it's fine. I don't care. Okay, let me go back to that ping pong size hail severe thunderstorm warning towards Sheridan, and it was one of his. It doesn't matter though. No big deal. Dang. Why? Why are you deleting your messages? What the heck is going on here? Okay. Ah, crap. See, look at you guys. Okay. Ping pong size. Dang. I can't even click on a warning fast enough. This thing just loves to kick me out. I've been noticing Radar Omega does that a lot these days. Or at least on PC it does. Mobile, it's not so bad. Hurry up. Hurry up. Okay, let's see which one of these has the ping pong size hail. Alright, go ahead. Who cares? I don't mind. Uh, no. No. Oh, if only Jordy was here. In fact, let me go ahead and message him. Oh no. A meteorologist is working with the National Weather Service goes to his boss. This isn't good. I have a bad feeling about this. Just so you know, why? And why if it's bad, if you hear something clink against the mic or something. That's my water bottle. The weather in Florida just doesn't agree with me. Shoot, if anything, the weather in the Western Plains don't agree with anyone at the Storm Prediction Center. If I'm being honest, we keep getting tornadoes on no tour risk days. We still love you over there at the Storm Prediction Center, though. We do. Hey, guess what? Today was a no tour risk day, and guess what? We had I thought you were at least coming up with these jokes. I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you. But hey, look at this. No tour risk day. Hi. I'm right here. I have about like 4 or 5 different tornado reports in one area. Hey, we're up to 10 likes. Appreciate everyone who's come in so far, and I know there's more, and there may be more. Hey, the Micro Critter Zoo, how you doing? Oh, up to 11 likes. All right. Okay, this dude's fine. Oh my goodness. I knew it. Yeah, why it's 10,000 accounts, which even has one of them that's literally named No, Don't Do It. Literally named No, Don't Do It. Don't, oh God, you're the one that came on here with that account. I wouldn't have known about it if you hadn't showed up. You knew that was going to happen. You knew I was going to get you for that. Hush it, Wendy's. Don't play silly with me. Oh, Max is just like, dude, come on. Come on, Max. It's not that serious, man. Do you have like an emoji of a burger? No, don't time him out. Let me do it if it has to be that. This is some Wyatt type stuff that you're doing right now, Fakinator. Because Wyatt's the first one to do it. I'm gonna like leave. Okay, we might be doing a little too much. Let's see if Baconator comes back or not. Dang it. Oh, you don't know who Micro is? All right, then Micro, if you're still here, I would love a comment. You're gonna tempt Wyatt to bring that no don't do it account back up. And I'll give you permission to do that. All right then. So Micro Critters here. Now where's Baconator? I want both of you to comment at the same time. I know it's him. I know it's him. I want to see how fast he can. All right, now where's Microcritter at? Since we want to play this game, we can do. We will see this through all the way to the end. Since that's how you guys want to be. No, don't time him out. Aw, Wyatt. Don't time him out. Aw, Baconator deleted his own comments. He knows that he can't outsmart me. I feel like the way Wyatt typed "it's him" reminded me of an episode of Ghostbusters. Dang. So I guess we're more or less just waiting to see what's gonna happen here with these storms. Cause right now, I'm not seeing anything super impressive. So far, the only severe thunderstorm warning of interest right now that's what this line is this 60 mile per hour region right here. Don't think the shortwave's kicked in yet. Oh gosh, here we go. Wait, which one? Hang on a minute. Which one is your main? Wait, Baconator, which one is your main? Is it the main? Wait, what? Oh gosh. So is it the other one, Baconator? Is the other is Baconator Henry the main, or is it the Micro Critter Zoo? Oh, well, both of them are admin anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, so you make shorts on that one, huh? Let me feature. You want me to add that to the featured page on my channel, so that way you can maybe get like 2 more views. Oh, well, I pretty much I think I've put most of everybody's like main channels on here. Wait, what? Have you or any member of your family ever been diagnosed schizophrenic or mentally incompetent? For librarian, well, my uncle thought he was Saint Jerome. What? Okay, that one kind of went over my head. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, we're back to 10 people. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. To anyone that's just joining in for the first time or looking at the potential of a bow echo developing. Oh wow, that was actually from Ghostbusters, and I just brought it up. Well, I just made myself look stupid. I guess you could put an F in the chat for me. Scadu Polo. Yeah, go ahead and spam the F's in the chat for me, folks, because I had a fail. Something strange. Oh no, we're breaking into song again. Oh, the only one who hasn't given me an F in the chat is actually Wyatt, surprisingly. Dang. Nice little scratch on my finger today from work. It's all that you can do it. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. Besides, I actually kind of make fun of myself. I kind of like making fun of myself sometimes. I don't like being serious 24/7. That being said, uh, hey Jay, Uh, 58 miles an hour or greater is a traditional severe thunderstorm. I got some of it. I got some of it. Discharging much lightning. I got some of it, but anything that you could translate, of course, still translate, but I've gotten better. I'm starting to get it back slowly but surely. But I hope you're doing well, Jay. It's good to see you on here again. I think he's describing what a severe thunderstorm consists of. Oh no! He put up too many emojis. I set the limit higher and he still surpassed it. Oh no! Oh no, Jay! Oh, that's. Can I get a rip in the chat from my boy Jay? Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. New severe thunderstorm warning just got issued. Oh, golf ball size hail. Let's take a look at the VIL on this one. I wonder how the VIL's developed, because actually I just thought about it. I've never said it on loop here. He'll be back. Hopefully he's not mad at us. I mean, I guess it's kind of important not to have things go too crazy, because then probably if I got too many like emojis on there and whatnot, maybe I would have a problem with my computer. I don't know. I wonder what the big thing is with spamming emojis. Oh, that's kind of weird. Oh, that's bummer. That's a bummer. Whenever I change the radar mode, it takes it out of the loop. Yeah. Oh, I remember when you first came into stream and you got timed out by Streamlabs. Streamlabs' reign of tyranny. Yeah, I guess people could get out of hand with the spamming caps and spamming emojis. Be pretty funny. It'd be pretty funny to see. But yeah, like literally at first I didn't even realize it, but Streamlabs was like limited to like 5 emojis per person. Eh, Baconator. Mods need to get paid. With what money? With what money? With what money? This stream does not make any money right now. Probably isn't going to be making any money anytime soon. Because trust me. What, you want Monopoly money? Discord money. Okay, so how do I pay you guys Discord money? How does that work? Because I want some Discord money for myself. Even though I have absolutely no idea what I would do with it. At all. You know what's funny? Need a shop and coins in the Discord. Yeah, how are we going to set that up? How does that even work? Max, how are you going to say yes? We don't even see you on Discord. Unless your user is some name that I don't know about. Like I don't even see you on Discord. You are ghosting. You're playing like full on ghost with us. Yeah, like what's your account name on Discord, dude? Cause I mean, we've been looking for you. M? Wait a minute. Is that Elevate Organic? No, I think that could be someone else. It's MC? I think I actually have seen you on there a couple of times. You don't talk much on Discord. No, he says it's MC. I've seen that account. Oops, I got my phone on loop here. This is how I monitor the chat since I can't really Huh. Okay. Yeah, I know you guys were talking about something at one point. Uh Hard to say right now. A little too far out to tell. Can't rule it out at the moment either though. I'm leaning more towards no at the moment. I think the threat's going to stay relatively west of you at this time. But I'm going to probably be making a video either, well, more than likely it's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, most likely, is when I'll probably make the video talking about the week ahead here. Just the way the work day went today, that it just wasn't feasible. A tornado could probably happen randomly. It already did. We could still see another. And speaking of which, when I look at this right here in the vertically integrated liquid, if I zoom in on this, notice at one point the VIL almost had a hook echo to it. Even though we know it's not going to produce, it still is interesting. Yeah, the 20% area. I'm watching that one. I'm gonna be making a video on that too. Like, there's a lot of content that I gotta be making soon. Hey, no. All right, you guys. In Florida, yeah. I did see some slight potential for a northern area, but that was more so towards maybe Minnesota. It's gonna be well west and north of you. I haven't checked anything further to the south today. This is what I was seeing on Sunday and Monday. Category 5 hurricane. No, there's no potential for a Cat 5 right now. It's a little. I mean, if you want to, why? That's up to you. Oh. I don't think so, actually. If I've had Thai food, it was a long. It was during a time that I couldn't remember it. Oh, you're still watching, but you're just heading out of chat. I think that was directed at you, Baconator. Be on your best behavior. All right, I think I'm gonna get out of VIL now. Wyatt's gone into sniper mode. He's camping in the trees where you can't see him. That's an interesting shape right there. That's the first sign that I've seen of maybe some damaging wind potential increasing with some storms. Yeah, September is going to be the time when things pick up. Right now, we're mainly going to be watching, just like essentially, it's going to be the same thing as that area that we were watching right now for the first few months. We're going to probably be seeing a lot of storms that try to form close to the coast. And I think that's probably our best. I don't think it times out admins. But to answer your question, though, Jay, I think right now we're just going to be mainly looking towards the coast. The other areas aren't going to really open up as much. Or, yeah, mod, not admin. Rank to me is pretty much identical. But, yeah, fact of the matter is. I think I did it to like maybe 15 or something. If you do like maybe 3, oh, there it is. There it is. So also, Baconator just snitched on himself. He just made it very clear that he was the micro critter zoo. Well, he actually admitted it already, so fair enough. But yeah, no, you're a moderator, so you're exempt from it. I already know that because that's how I had it set up. Oh my gosh. Look what this is turning into. Told you. Wait, it might take a second. It might need a second. Give it a moment. Give it a moment. Nope. Yeah. Moderators are exempt from that. But if you do it enough and it actually slows the chat down, then I'm going to get on to you myself. But yeah, at least I had it set up the way I wanted to. So much more stuff to. Yeah. Yeah, you don't do that. You're pretty good, so I'm not concerned about you doing anything. A tornado outbreak in June. Well, if there's anything that this month of May has taught me, never say really Baconator. But to answer your question though, Drew, with what this month May has taught me, especially towards the second half where we've had these tornadoes during these no tour risk or 2% tour risk, don't rule anything out. But I'm leaning more towards no. I mean, with it being as far out as it is, I mean, it's hard to say with confidence that it will or won't happen. Because if I try to say that now and then it goes the other way, then I'm just going to be like, well, dang. You're going to kind of feel like, well, jumping the gun, weren't we? But as of right now, I lean more towards no, though, Drew. Look at you guys spazzing right now. You are more like children right now. I would say I'll take my belt off. But that might be a little sus too, so I think I'm gonna chill on that for a moment. All right, Max. See you in a minute, man. So now we got the Baconator in here. Is that a junior Baconator or a triple Baconator? I'll let you answer. The one and only. So the one and the only classic Baconator, not a single or triple or double. Just. Oh, wow. I was not going there with that. You're the one who asked that question. I don't even know what you look like. Well, you told me you're an MMA. You do like a MMA, so just based off of that, I would tend to think you'd probably be in pretty good shape. Kind of like how I am, me doing boxing and stuff like that. That's a little fun fact for you guys, but that's when only 5 people are watching. But honestly, I feel like I'm kind of trash with my boxing right now. My footwork's pretty crap, pretty trash, if I were to say so myself. Well, I said, well, with you having your MMA background, I said, well, with you having an MMA background, I would kind of expect that, you being fit. I mean, most people who do any sort of combat sport or martial art of any kind usually pretty fit. Boxing for me has also been good to stay in shape. Okay. All by myself. I'm just kidding. Trying to find the right radar site right now to get a good idea of what's going on with these storms here. I still see 60 mile per hour potential just with the reflectivity alone here, though. Let's take a look at velocity again. Mm-mm. Okay, so here's our first moderately notable radar signature for the night. I know, right? I feel like I might have jumped the gun a little too early, but in one sense, I'd rather do it this way and be more relaxed. Cause I remember, I don't know if it was Rolling Fork or if it was the 331 outbreak. I came into it late and I was just scrambling to catch up. Not to mention, I need to actually get a better computer because this one that I have now, the CPU gets used up really quickly between my streaming platform, which is Streamlabs, and Radar Omega. Both of them just take up a lot of space. So it's tricky. So it's kind of tricky right now. It's kind of better for me to do things this way right now. As the setup gets better, maybe I could time these better, but it seems like that's a little bit of a ways off at the moment. Good to have you back, Max. Oh, I gotta get this loop back up and running. All right, so right now I'm waiting for the loop to work. Here we go. Let's try and switch. Maybe I'll switch to this radar site. See if I can get a better look from here. The amount of lightning with this line of storms is starting to increase, so I do think we're starting to get into a more favorable environment for these storms. Instability's still good around this hour from what I was seeing on models. But of course, we're in a radar hole, so I can't see anything. Dang it. Can't look at it from Cheyenne right now. Well, actually, Cheyenne was the best look that we had. Sorry about that, but yeah, they're still in a severe thunderstorm watch. It's this little area right here in the pink. I forgot I had muted the mic. But these yellow areas are the severe thunderstorm warnings. My only problem right now is that I'm in a radar hole. So this part of the storm where the actual like strongest winds are, I can't see them. Basically, through this little slot right here, I'm not going to be able to see anything, it looks like, which is crazy because of how close we are to the radar. And there's no other radar to go to right now. Yeah. It's a little frustrating, not going to lie. Because I'm not going to get a good view from the Cheyenne or Rapid City sites here either. See, I'm outside the radar circle in Cheyenne, and then Rapid City, I'm towards the bottom of it. And I got a little bit of a radar hold there. So it's getting a little tough right now. If I go to Denver, it's pretty much the same thing too. Like just right up in this little portion here is where the radar hole seems to be. All right, take your time, man. Yeah, it looks like Rapid City is going to be the best site that I can go with for now. There's no local radar sites over there too. Not like a lot of those seem to work for me anyway. Let's go ahead and look at some more severe thunderstorm warnings. See what we got here. So currently right now, to anyone that is just joining in, we're looking at the potential for a squall line, maybe even bow echo, even a small chance of a derecho happening over here between Colorado, Nebraska, and even parts of Kansas here. Right now, we've been mainly seeing larger hail, but the wind threat increases as we drag on into the evening and into the overnight hours. We have one storm right now that had potential for 70-mile-per-hour wind gust. But since then, based off of the velocity that I've seen, which is this radar right here, I haven't really seen too much to make me believe that it's still producing those kinds of wind gusts. Nonetheless, we're keeping our guard up and watching that storm. These storms don't seem like they're moving too fast at the moment. Actually, I stand corrected. Now they are starting to move a bit. This one's actually moving at 65. So if anyone happens to be in these areas or know anyone in these areas, let them know they have some intense severe thunderstorms heading their way and that they will be on them very soon, because these are not playing around. They are moving with a purpose. And if they get up to about 70-plus-mile-per-hour winds, they can be very destructive. So make sure if you know anyone in the path of these storms, try to get them into shelter. Looks like we got a new severe thunderstorm warning over here a little further to the south now. It's going to be back towards Cheyenne. All right. Let's take a look at these, and I'm outside the radar hole again. Outside of the radar circle again. There's going to be a lot of moving around with radar sites tonight. Even though I didn't expect the area to be that widespread. I think this severe thunderstorm warning is more or less for hail. Or at least that's what I'm getting from this. None of these really strike me as potential to produce damaging winds further to the south. The further south you go, the threat decreases for damaging winds, but slightly increases for hail over the next hour or so. The hail threat's going to really start to diminish as we get later and later into the evening here. Let's go back towards the Rapid City site. So literally every time I do something, I have to remember to set the loop back on. It's the personal note that I'm making to myself here. Sorry that I don't have any chasers up to pull the show you guys anything apparently tonight. Um, Brandon, Brad, and Vince are probably taking some time off. They've been on the grind pretty much all this year. Everybody eventually needs a break, I guess. So if they are taking one, I definitely wouldn't blame them. I would be doing the same thing. All right. So in the meantime, I'm gonna try to set up a poll for you guys. So just letting you know, I am still here. If you have any questions, of course, I'll jump back on, but I'm going to be making a poll real quick. I might need a moment. I gotta go to the restroom, you guys. I'll be right back. I'll be talking with you guys in chat since I'll be away from the mic. All right, I'm back. I needed to go to the bathroom pretty bad, actually. Sorry if I'm grossing anyone out. Don't mean to, obviously. Still looking at the moment for any storms with 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts right now. Okay, here's one that's looks a little bit stronger here. This is what we've been looking for tonight. These storms that are getting above 65, 70-mile-per-hour gusts. Because in case you didn't see it by the title, it's Western Plains Windbags, so we're expecting a lot of damaging winds as we progress further into the evening. Potential bow echoes possible, and maybe even a derecho. Whoo, there it is right there. Easy enough to see. That little sky blue color right there, that's where our damaging winds are going to be, right in that region there. All right. Ooh, 87. I think I saw 82, maybe even more than that. 80. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a really strong area of damaging winds right here. Screaming through this region here. This is towards northwestern Kansas over here, so anybody that may be in the path of this here that's watching, we have to treat this over here almost as if it's a confirmed tornado warning. Because in this widespread area, it's almost like a broad tornado. And it can produce plenty of damage. Damage to trees, even roofs are possible here. This can easily knock down trees, take out power, etc. So make sure you are in your safe place, away from windows and exterior walls. So this is the main area that we're interested in right now. We'll just keep an eye on this area as time goes on. This is the first storm that actually looked like it's gotten pretty impressive on here. I'm going to go ahead and actually set this to split screen here. We'll look at reflectivity along with velocity. Been on for about an hour and 30 minutes. All right, so now that we can see reflectivity, we can see the surging part of this storm right here. And this is just to the south of Scott City here. This is going to stay north of Garden City, but Dickinson, you need to keep a close eye on this area here, because it should pass you to the south, but nonetheless, you still need to be careful, because one little jog from this, and we could see this move just to the north here and affect you guys. The swath of the grand swath of this area over here that has the increased damaging wind potential is about, I would say, hang on, I got this wrong. Let me remove that and start over. All right, so that's about 17 miles across where we have that increased area of damaging wind potential. So now we can go ahead and take a look at the path and just who all could be in it. One-inch hail confirmed, reported with this. That's quarter-size hail. Also keep in mind this is moving at 65 miles an hour as well. So we got 4 towns in the path here. We're just waiting to see if they'll populate it all. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's going to stay over rural areas to start out with. Eventually progressing further along to the east, and maybe we might end up seeing this affect some people. Hopefully it doesn't. So we got another area over to the south that's of interest to me too now. I think we're mainly, yeah, that's the one that's been in the radar hole for the longest. But these are the main areas that I've been looking at for the last little bit here. Those of you that are just joining back in, we got our first real severe thunderstorm that we've seen on stream that has some real damaging wind potential here. This warning, as of right now, is currently tagged for 70-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. Just had a confirmed report from the public of a quarter-size hail report. Wind gusts on the radar are actually going all the way up to about 100 miles an hour. So depending on how this progresses here, we could see a destructive severe thunderstorm tag in just a couple of minutes, which is basically an upgrade of a traditional severe thunderstorm warning, which is radar indicated. Main thing to watch out for is this little blue area right here. That's where things are getting a little bit crazy right now. And you can kind of see, even on radar, where those damaging winds are developing. So you can see this little area over this little green line out ahead of this little surge. This is what you call a gust front. This gust front usually is a telltale sign, a classic indicator on radar that we are getting a surge of wind out ahead of the storm, which is basically what a downdraft is. It's in an area where conditions were very favorable of that tonight. So finally starting to see that come forth. And you can also see it on reflectivity. Here's a better look at that area right here. This is just around Diggington. You're probably starting to feel that rain-cooled air out ahead of the storm now in Diggington. And then right here is where I'm concerned about damaging wind potential. Really all the way up and down this little section of storms. That's going to increase, and this is what we're expecting to increase in coverage over time here. Waiting to see what these next radar scans bring in. Interested in seeing what these storms do now that they'll be passing Johnson and Ulysses here in just a minute. Keep in mind, this is in Kansas right now. Oh, and there are the reports right there for that squall line, that little bow echo right there that started to develop. We've gotten several 60-mile-per-hour reports, and there's a 70-mile-per-hour report. So this is now confirmed to have 70-mile-per-hour wind gust here. So this is a destructive severe thunderstorm warning and damaging severe thunderstorm warning. You have to treat this like a tornado warning in a sense. These winds can do the same damage as a weak tornado. So let's make sure that we are on our P's and Q's here, staying away from the windows, getting into interior rooms in the house, and just waiting out the storm. This is going out to anyone still watching. I want to thank you guys. I know it's been slow so far, but things are starting to pick up here. Almost been here for about an hour and 40 minutes now, 100 minutes total. So, long way to go, but we're just now starting to get into the action here. All right, we're going to keep things rolling here. Oops, it's wrong. It's the wrong radar. Or the wrong item I wanted to click here. With us seeing those flash flood warnings here, we might as well look at some of these storm precipitation or storm totals for precip here. I don't use this tool quite as much as I feel like I should. But any of these areas in the yellows and the reds here, you're usually looking at about 2 to 3 inches plus of rain here. So these areas have gotten a lot of rain in a short period of time, so flooding could become a problem towards areas like Wakini, and I guess this is Oakley. It's kind of hard to see with this little 50-mile-per-hour gust report here. Yep, Oakley. And then over towards Quinter, we have to watch them. Just the northwest of Ellis, too. Go back to reflectivity now. I don't expect the most significant rain totals with these storms starting to move really fast now at 60 plus. Mm. Back up to 6 people watching. Welcome back. If you've gone away, we're now watching a storm that has 70-mile-per-hour winds on it right now. And currently, my radar loop isn't working. Should be able to fix it. There we go, I think. But you can tell that this storm is having wind starting to surge here because you can see this little area called a gust front starting to develop. It's where rain cold air rushes out ahead of the storm, bringing down the ambient air temperature out ahead of that main line. And you can see it right here where I'm pointing this cursor on radar. It's also shown on the velocity radar here too. So there's some pretty gnarly winds going on right here. When I looked at a radar scan a little bit ago, I even saw about maybe a few 100 feet in the air, up to maybe 136 mile per hour winds. Is that translating all the way down to the surface? Not entirely, but we're getting 70 mile per hour winds, so it's not like that's anything to slouch. It's not like that's a sloucher of any kind. That storm is not a joke. So, if you know anyone in the path of this storm here, definitely get them into shelter. Hey, welcome back, Baconator. Finally got a decent storm on here now. It's actually a textbook windbag right here. Yeah, I mean, we knew this was going to happen. 70 mile per hour winds for right now, but when we looked at velocity just a couple minutes ago here while you're away, I did see something up in here a little bit that was showing 136. Don't think that's quite translating all the way down to the surface though, which is a good thing. Nonetheless though, here's that 70 mile per hour report right here. This is just west of Digton. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Oh, this is a spotter that's on this, saying about 200 yards visibility and blowing dirt. It's wild. Reminds me of those New Mexico storm chases that Brandon and Vince were on last week. With the winds being that strong. Then I'm also watching this storm over here to the south to see if it ends up doing the same thing. I don't see a gust front on this just yet, so I'm thinking no. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on here over the last little bit here while you've been gone. Would you mind actually screenshotting this so that way contentions can see it later tonight? Back up to 7 people. Good to have you back here. Things are starting to pick up, folks. This took a little longer than expected. Have 2 notable severe thunderstorm warnings. This one still has 60 mile per hour winds on this. This has a confirmed 70 mile per hour gust on it just to the west of Digton right here. We could see this persist on for the next little bit here. So far, this is staying in relatively rural areas. But not to say that we can't see other people being affected by this storm too. Oh, wow. Look at that little corridor right there that's developed. Hang on. Let me pause this really quickly. Is that the current radar image? No, it's not. Nonetheless, though, it still looks pretty impressive. Hey, Max, welcome back. We finally got onto a storm here that's got some intensity to it. The storm is confirmed 70 mile per hour wind gust is indicated right here. It's just west of Dickinson. I hope I pronounced that right, by the way. But I'm gonna go ahead and look at the current winds right here in this little pocket there. It's looking pretty strong, actually, if I were to say so myself. Oh wow, 120. I just saw 120 in there in just a second ago. There it is. 120 wind with winds going towards the radar. This storm has some serious outflow on it. And then all throughout this area, there's 70s, 80s. This might get upgraded even further. This is probably going to have a severe thunderstorm tag in no time. Like all across the board through this storm here, you can see 70, 80 plus mile per hour winds on radar. It's pretty intense. So if anyone happens to be on the leading edge of this storm, especially over to the south of Alameda, you need to watch out. This storm has some gnarly winds, and it's going to be on you in no time. It's also a textbook storm, too. Look at that gust front right there. That's incredible. Look at. Gust front itself is actually pretty strong here, too. But yeah, this is the first storm we're looking at here, and there could be another little sector of this line that develops that we'll need to watch later tonight. Or this storm will expand too. It could be that. It's just depending on how these storms Wait, what? What is it? What is it, Baconator? Yeah, that's in Kansas, dude. Yeah, because that's Garden City right there. And then further to the south is Liberal. Yeah, this is in your state, buddy. Do I think it'll make it all the way over to thinking no? But yeah, it's pretty crazy right now how things are going. And if there's any more proof, in case you didn't already know, there's the Dodge City radar site. I may watch this area right here where we see this little notch. Because while the probability is relatively minimal and still quote unquote zero tour risk, in this little inflow notches, every once in a while you can get a little quick spin up. So I'm glad I got this on split screen because we're going to need it. 13 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. Most of them have quarter size hail. Only one of them has a destructive tag on it at the moment. I think they're going to need to extend this severe thunderstorm watch further off to the east here. Maybe even to the south, too. Anyone that is still watching, just want to say I appreciate you. We are currently looking at a pretty big time severe thunderstorm that's developed over here between Garden City and Ness City. There are some smaller towns in line of the storm. This storm also has a history of producing wind damage or winds up to 70 miles an hour. The main area I'm concerned about right now is towards Alameda, where we could see 70 plus mile per hour winds possible, actually potential for even above 80 plus here. And maybe, just maybe, there could be even some slight rotation here, which I find kind of interesting. Uh-oh. Yeah, look, here's 80 mile per hour winds here. And somewhere in this section here, the winds have gotten really strong here. We're getting up to 100 miles an hour here almost. In fact, there it is. There's 109 right here. And I also see a hint of red there, like it's trying to maybe rotate just a tiny bit in that notch. So again, like I said, we need to watch these inflow notches because there's always a chance that you could get a quick spin up tornado. It's not going to last long, and the likelihood of it being strong is minimal. But this could be enough to maybe warn a tornado warning down the line here. I'm going to watch this extra close now. And then here's a secondary inflow notch here. Just to the just a little further to the south of this one here. Okay, rotation's starting to dissipate just as quickly as it started to develop here. Well, we might have our hands full watching this for a little bit here, at the very least. I haven't had a chance to. Just when I started to look, I'm probably not going to be able to look at it until tomorrow, to be honest. Now that these storms are starting to actually really ramp up here. That's probably when I'll have the video up. Wait a minute. Are you talking? If you're talking about tomorrow's severe threat, I do know that there's actually a slight risk at the moment. I got my days mixed up. I thought you were talking about Thursday. But yeah, I did see tomorrow. As of right now, it's still a slight risk. So far, I haven't seen any reason for it to be upgraded. But again, when the models come in late tonight, I'll be able to have a little bit of a better idea. If I look at information now, it's going to be relatively dated because the model's updated around 6 p.m. and it's close to almost 10 p.m. now. So that data is getting not expired, but it's a little bit out. It's getting closer and closer to being out of date. Most model updates happen every 6 hours. There's only a handful of models that update sooner than that, and usually not too much changes between 6 hour periods. If only we weren't in a radar hole here, we'd be able to see what's going on over towards Ulysses and Hugoton. Maybe even Sublette and Liberal as well. Right now, I'm suspicious that this storm hasn't had a chance to start gusting out here. It very well might in the next little bit. Haven't had a chance to look at that yet. At Thursday's threat. Actually, might be able to look at that real quick on my other computer screen. Hopefully it'll work. Both of my CPUs are pretty messed up at the moment, so I'm having to be a little bit more cautious. about in the same spot where I was expecting it to be. I've been looking towards that Texas New Mexico line for the last couple of days for that threat, or the last day for that threat, I should say. As far as Thursday's threat, not much is. I don't think much has really changed since I've looked at it this morning. Actually, there's a slight change, not much of one. New severe thunderstorm warning. Still has the destructive tag for 70-mile-per-hour winds on this storm, by the way. From what I've seen, not a whole lot has changed with it. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show it on stream because my CPU is already at its limit. If I were to show you Task Manager, it's more so because of how the trough is set up. The trough shoots very far up to the north and then hangs around over Canada. So basically, it's almost as if the setup bypasses other areas in the plains entirely. It's almost like a bootleg, if you will, maybe a bootleg Omega block pattern. It's kind of odd. It's hard to explain how those Omega patterns tend to work. You can still get severe weather out of them, but a lot of areas will end that would usually expect severe around this time of year sometimes won't get it because of that. It's partially due to the shift from La Nina to El Nino. That usually creates a real mess of things. Starting to see an increase in winds over here just to the west of Elkhart. But yeah, to put it in more simple terms though, Drew, your area is practically under a ridge. So basically the storms are bypassing you. Although that ridge has partially started to erode though, because the last couple of weeks you guys weren't getting anything over there. Storms would all just be moving to the north, basically. Like when I was watching we were watching the storms in New Mexico and Texas. Noticed most of them weren't moving too much to the east here, and when they were moving to the east, they were moving very slow. That was partially why. Because of the way the upper level winds were, they were steering more so towards the north than they were the east. And then on top of that, they weren't blowing very strongly. This is a little bit different. With this, you could actually get moisture reaching as far as maybe eastern Nebraska. Severe potential might be a little bit more limited. All right, so this storm is starting to get some increase in winds over here as we're heading towards Elkhart. As we're starting to pass Elkhart here, so it's probably on the southern end of this severe thunderstorm warning. Probably still getting 60. We may see an upgrade with this in just a minute. Okay. Seems whenever we have bad weather, it always seems to be when there's an event in Omaha or Lincoln. So hmm. I'm not I'm not sure I'm understanding that comment entirely. I'm not sure what you mean by that. When you say event, is it like a whole like tornado outbreak or sporting event? Might have to specify that one. Oh, a weather event. Just trying to make sure I understood it. My mind's kind of in a bunch of different places right now. I was getting not necessarily. I don't know really know how to describe where my mind is right now. It's been a long day for me. I got off work and then I got onto here. So I'm a little bit off kilter. It's different whenever I'm doing this on the weekends. I'm able to be a little bit sharper. Being out in the heat about 10 hours a day will do that to you though. But a weather event, yeah, usually I'll be able to see something in advance from looking at model data. Like I said, when you get caught in between that 6 hour time frame, things get a little bit sketchy because you want to latch on to what you were seeing earlier, but by the next run, it can show something entirely. The next model update or model run, as it's called, it can show you something entirely different. And then at that point, okay, for Nebraska, a lot of times the severe weather is it boring during it's boring during the college basketball. I've noticed that actually, oddly enough, whenever you guys have like big sporting events, particularly, that's when y'all have had more weather events, especially damaging wind events during baseball games. I've noticed it's so odd, but I've noticed that too. I'd have to whenever I can. I love to ask my brother because he used to be stationed in Offutt. I wonder if he took note of that too, because he's big into weather a lot like I am. Maybe one of these days he'll pop up on stream again. He's a pretty busy guy these days. Have almost 80 mile per hour winds here still. I'm really curious as to how much of this is really mixing down to the surface. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Ugh. CPU is not enjoying this right now. I know that much. Oh, my neck hurts. Mm. Okay, so I'm looking around and seeing what else we might have for severe thunderstorm warnings. I'm not, other than these two, I'm not seeing too much more game in town at the moment. There is a chance that we could see this ramp up. I was honestly expecting this to stretch a little further to the north, but I think it's a little bit too stable here. And that was me actually going off of these lunchtime model runs. Great example of what I was talking about, actually. Because I didn't even get a chance to look at the 6 o'clock run. By the time it was that, it was already upgraded to an enhanced risk. And by that point, I was just trying to get finished with work so I could even get back. Still seems pretty amped up around Dodge City. Probably within the next hours when we'll start to see storms reach towards that radar site. But one thing I'm curious about is, what are they going to do with this severe thunderstorm watch? Are they going to extend this hazard a little bit off to the east or to the south and east? Is Oklahoma going to be in play here later tonight? I would lean more so towards no. But one thing I'm noticing is, other than this little small sector right here, there really isn't a whole lot going on from this point on. Still waiting to see what happens over here towards Imperial in Nebraska. Wait a minute. Hang on. Starting to see a little bit of an increase in activity over here now. I'm going to switch over to this site here towards North Platte. Okay, here we go. These storms further to the north now are starting to look a little bit more impressive. We're starting to see that gust front begin to develop with these as well now, just like those storms over towards Kansas. These are probably starting to produce much stronger winds from the looks of it now, too. You can actually see it on velocity, too. See how strong we're getting here. We'll go ahead and look at the history of it in a second by looking at the loop. But we can easily see that we're getting up to that 60-mile-per-hour mark just by going over these little areas here in the blue. Yep, 58. There's a 60 in here somewhere. Yep, there it is right there. That's the criteria being met for our severe thunderstorm warning. A little bit of lightning in the way, so it's going to make it a little harder to see through that. Don't want to necessarily take it off because that's a good indicator of whether or not this storm is strengthening or not. Okay. Okay, I don't know why that just happened. 51. Come on, CPU, work with me here. I'll just have to set this in loop and get this off of here in the meantime. It's very clear to me that my computer is not trying to work with me here right now. It's not being a friend of mine, that's for sure. Come on, don't freeze on me. Uh-oh. Sheesh. Oh, there's a 60 mile per hour report that just came in. All right, there it is. 60 to 65 mile per hour winds, heavy rainfall observed, but no amount given as well. So there is an increasing flood threat with this storm as well. This actually has a 65 mile per hour tag on it. So we very well could have seen something much higher than 60 miles per hour, but nothing confirmed at the moment. Storms definitely look like they're moving much faster than what my computer is showing right here. Oh no, 35 miles an hour. It's not. They're not that fast. Also have to watch out for quarter-sized hail with this line of storms here. Is my mic still on? Okay. Okay. I think I got it fixed now. To anyone that's still watching right now, I just saw Meslo discussion issued for areas a little further east of where this severe thunderstorm watch is over towards Kansas around Dodge City. These storms have already had history of producing 70-mile-per-hour winds, and there's now talk of a new watch being issued or extending this watch a little further off to the east here. So Salina, Wichita, and Great Bend, we're going to have to be watching you guys over the next little bit because you could very well end up under a severe thunderstorm watch within the next couple of hours or so, maybe even sooner than that. Keep in mind that these storms are moving at 65 miles an hour, so it's not going to take forever for them to get to you. So just make sure you're staying, if you know anyone in these areas, make sure they're staying weather aware. Make sure that they know that some severe weather is heading their way. Most likely going to be in the form of damaging winds, so urge them to stay away from windows and away from exterior walls. If you can be underground, perfect. Just hang out there for the night, or at least until the storms pass, and then after that, you should be good. Storms over here towards Kansas are moving much slower, but still having the same intensity, and I expect them to actually pick up speed a little bit later into the evening in comparison to these storms in Kansas. These storms are really just now starting to ramp up, so in time, I believe these are going to end up picking up speed and being a lot, and movement speed will be increasing, I should say, and they'll be moving a lot more like those storms in Kansas, which also will increase damaging wind potential, so keep an eye on that. "30 miles an hour with these current severe thunderstorm warnings. 30 to 35 miles an hour. This is moving at 25. So the forward speed's actually decreased a little bit since I last looked at this. Hang in there. Yeah, this weekend, Central to South Texas. Yeah, I do tend to agree with that right now. Only thing is, only thing is, where that trough ends up setting up is going to be a key factor to all of that. You have to have a lifting mechanism for these storms to even fire, honestly, at this point. So, still hard to say. The trough tends to move around a lot when you're looking at model data. Where it is in one day, it ends up changing within the next 12 hours. For example, I wasn't, to be completely honest, I wasn't expecting the storms to be more intense in Kansas based off what I saw in this morning's model runs, excuse me, and more so this afternoon's runs. But clearly something changed, or there's something I must have missed. But that happens. That's honestly part of the game, it seems like. It's having these unforeseen changes. There's been plenty of instances where it was like that. In fact, a crazy instance was the storm we just had a 10-year anniversary for, the Moore tornado, the 2013 Moore tornado. They weren't really expecting anything super duper crazy. They weren't expecting an F5, that's for sure. Then again, when do you ever? But yeah, I could go into that setup all night, and all I can think of is just really how the heck did we end up with the tornado that was that strong over that area? The day before, there was expected to be a little bit bigger of a day, but definitely not the 20th of May. Not at that time. Okay. So we're going to take a look at this storm over here in Grant, too, while I'm at it. Looks like we're getting flooding reports now, too. Yep. Some big time rainfall rates with these storms here. Big time rainfall rates. Probably look at some storm totals in just a minute here. I'm trying to see exactly how this wind field is progressing. I think I'm in a spot where I'm going to have a radar hole, so I'm not going to be able to necessarily see what the gust front's looking like here. Because once you get towards the southwest of Ogallala, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ogallala? Yeah. Ogallala. Try saying that fast 10 times. But Ogallala, just off to its southwest, that's where the radar coverage seems to get a little bit more spotty. So it's going to be a little tricky trying to keep up with this. But as I can tell right now, as far as reflectivity is concerned, I don't see a gust front. Because velocity right now is probably going to be relatively unuseful for a little bit at least. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But right now, I don't really see too much going on here. I gotta go to the Dodge City site. I don't know why I was about to go to that site and I didn't need to. So here's a new 70-mile-per-hour report here. This is from broadcast media. 73 miles an hour. Wow. Storms were really strong at that point, and it looks like they still are. But they have weakened just a tiny bit. They aren't as, the downdraft isn't as pronounced as what I've been seeing on radar earlier. But there's still evidence of it there as it's heading towards Jetmore here. So something to keep an eye on for sure. There's still a pretty big gust front with this as well. So the winds still seem like they're going to be pretty potent here. Go ahead and put that back in loop here. Good news here with that storm that's over towards Garden City. We're starting to see a slight decrease in wind gusts. So that could be a good sign. These storms are also capable of cycling, just like supercells, though. So maybe we could see more. One thing that is on our side, though, however, is potentially the fact that we will start to be losing instability over the next little bit here, especially as this progresses much further to the east. Still have a long way to go, though, but I think the greatest potential for the highest winds are probably going to start to diminish just a little bit from here. There's still plenty of downward cape here involved in these areas, so as we get later into the evening, we're still able to see 70 plus mile per hour gusts. But maybe, and just maybe, the threat for 80 mile per hour gusts is going to start to diminish a little bit here. The further we go to the east, the more the threat starts to dissipate. So in reality, I'm going to say maybe another couple of hours, and we'll probably start to see the threat begin to taper off just a bit here. I'll probably stay live for at least another hour, if not more. Probably by about midnight my time, I'll probably call it then. And as of right now, it's about 10:38 my time. So we'll be on here for a little bit longer. Continuing to jump back and forth and take a look at these storms to the north here now. We'll look at North Platte and then Rapid City here. We'll just kind of keep things in a little bit of a linear look. There's a gust front right there. Haven't seen any new reports since that 160 mile per hour gust. Still a textbook gust front here. I'm actually going to screenshot that, so that way I can send that to Discord right here. Maybe post it onto some social media down the line too. Still some pretty strong winds in here. Looks a little bit better organized than earlier, honestly, if I'm being completely honest. Set this in a loop here and see what its history is. Yeah, those winds are on a bit more of an uptrend right now, particularly towards more of that northern side of the storm. I'm going to go on a whim and probably say the next big wind gust that I would expect, or the next report I would expect, probably be just to the north and west of Mullen. Seems like that area could be very well ready to surge outward more, just from what I can see here. I don't know if anyone's still watching, but I'll probably stay live for another 20 minutes at best. Can't really look at. It's kind of hard to keep this going with the lack of storm chasers to look at right now. I'm trying to figure out a way to work around that, but right now it's just a little bit more difficult. But outside of our severe thunderstorm warnings that we have here, not a whole lot really to go off of. And you can see the gust front occasionally with some of these storms, but it's not enough to keep you guys captivated. And if so, it's understandable. So I think we might just call it a night here in a little bit. I think we're starting to run out of instability here just a little bit anyway. Because over towards this sector, it did get upgraded to an enhanced risk earlier today now that I got to look at it finally. But as time's gone on, these storms are becoming a little less impressive. These storms over here should be starting to take over a bit more. In theory, at least, they should be. I don't know how much longer they're going to have either, because the closer they get towards the central part of Nebraska here, the more they're going to start to weaken. So like I said, about another 20 or 30 minutes, we'll see. Will probably be a big determining factor as to how these storms progress as we go later and later into the evening. Because one thing I saw with the models earlier today was a decreasing amount of CAPE, which is basically thunderstorm food. CAPE is basically the energy that a thunderstorm feeds off of to continue to thrive and grow and evolve, so to speak. And as we get later into the evening, we were going to start to lose that CAPE. The storms initiating a little later didn't do any favors for that. As far as their continued growth over the course of the evening, still produced a good bit of damaging winds from what I can see here. But honestly, I was kind of expecting a little bit more impressive of a setup here and maybe a little bit more widespread damaging winds. Of course, this is only from what I saw this morning. The fact that we're seeing less of that is actually more or less a blessing. Nonetheless, we're still keeping a close eye on things for the next little bit here. Till it's close to time to get off of here. Probably about 11:20 my time is when I'll leave, so about another 20 minutes or so. I'm probably going to hop off for the night because I got to get ready for the forecast tomorrow and maybe even going live again, where this time we may even have a tornado threat and actual chasers to look at too on this one. So I might have to pick my battles here and try to conserve a little bit of energy for you guys tomorrow. Talk it over with some of the admin here and see what we got going on with that. I'm going to switch over to North Platte here real quick. Storm's getting closer to the radar site. Probably by the time this stream ends, we'll start to see the warnings reach the North Platte radar site, and then eventually maybe even the line of storms itself hitting over there. Still some moderately strong winds. Put this into a loop here. I can see that this storm is held up pretty well. Who, you, Baconator? Your brother or what? Since you brought it up, don't leave me in suspense. Well, who then? What, your cousin? I don't know. You said, guess who started talking to a girl? I'm asking. No, come on. How the heck? I know my mic's working. Oh no. Is my CPU really getting that bad? I'm literally like right on top of the mic. Okay, there we go. I mean, I'm literally right on the mic. My room is dead quiet. How do you not hear me? I'm hearing myself halfway echo through my room. Yeah, I don't know how you weren't hearing me just a second ago. Maybe I have the mic pointed a little too. Didn't want the mic like under my friggin' bottom lip, but in the suspense, man. Come on. Who's talking to a girl? Guess who started talking to a girl? Who? Eh? Who? Not you? Is it opposite day? Because that's what it might mean with you saying that. It might be you are talking to a girl. Because to me, if you say that and then, aw. I mean, I don't know, man. Shoot. I mean, if you don't talk to a girl, then that's cool, dude. It's not a big deal. I mean, you see what day and age we live in now. It's not an issue, who or whatever you decide to talk to, really. As long as it isn't kid. But yeah, man. Hope you're not being down on yourself for that. What's wrong with being single? Shoot. Being single ain't that bad. I mean, yeah, it can get lonely occasionally, but outside of that, it's not awful. Peace of mind. You can find a lot of peace of mind being by yourself sometimes. My situation's a little complicated, but I'm not really trying to talk about that too much. I'm not really going to talk about that. Yes, exactly. Less things to worry about. You just got to focus on yourself and what's around you. I mean, there's pros and cons to both, and you know that. Besides, the way I do things right now, having a in with the I don't know if I can give the proper attention anyway. Besides, most girls these days probably wouldn't understand what the heck I'm doing on here, let alone anything else. Whether and whether and you over any girlfriend? What do you mean by that? Whether and you. What was that supposed to mean? Yeah, you're cool. I think all my admin are. I think all my admin are pretty cool. Whether in my community over any girlfriend. Well, uh, like I said, it's complicated. It's complicated. But yeah, over any girlfriend that wouldn't understand, then yeah, I would rather pick you guys. But yeah, yeah, it's a long story and it's very messy right now. Might be over, might not be over. Like I said, it's complicated, and it's not something I'm trying to really think about too much. It's not easy to. That definitely doesn't give me peace of mind. I'll put it that way. If you meet a girl that knows any weather stuff, they're out there. They are out there. Just make sure that they got a good head on their shoulders, man. That's all I gotta say to that. It seems like you got a good head on your shoulders, so long as you two complement each other well, all will be great. But in the meantime, yeah, we can change topics. It's no big deal, dude. I mean, if you wanted to talk more about that, you could. It doesn't bother me. Nah, I'm not down, dude. I'm fine. I'm tired more than anything. It's been a long day. It was like 10 hours of work and then I get on here. So I'm a little worn out, but I'm still here. Just wish I really just wish I could see if there was any chaser feeds we could have. Yeah. Yep. I got to work at about 7:30. Got off at like 5:15 ish. Close to 10 hours, I would say. So, yeah. And then it was about what, maybe 82 over here in Atlanta today, and then went home. Got home at like 6 something, started streaming at like 8:01, 8:02 ish. I don't know. I know I've been on here for about 3 hours. That's all I do know. Put it to you like this: if I didn't have martial arts training, I probably wouldn't be able to pull this off. I kind of know how to allocate my energy pretty well, decently at least, enough to where I can at least function doing this. I feel like I'd do much better with streaming if I could get to a point where I don't have to be landscaping to pay the bills. Love to get this channel to a point where I can only focus on this and music. Would you believe me if I told you that sometimes after work I go to the gym too and work out for nearly 2 hours against my better judgment? Yeah, a lot of people say I'm crazy for what I do sometimes, but I'd rather be busy if I'm being honest. If I let myself be too idle, that's when I have trouble. You you want to start going to the gym? I thought you already go to the gym. When you say gym, do you mean like a martial arts gym or MMA gym or just like a regular gym like where you're lifting weight? Because when you talk, since you're an MMA guy, there's multiple types of gym now. Regular gym like hitting weights. Shoot, gotta find what suits your needs, really. I mean, nah, you're good, man. I kind of understood, but I got a membership at LA Fitness in like 2019, and I've just kind of stuck with that since then. Cool thing is the gym is like not too far away from my job, so well, I guess I use this one like little cheat code basically. You ever heard of heat shock proteins? Oh, looks like they let that severe thunderstorm warning expire now. Nah, I'm with you there. Usually, sometimes I've even gone to the gym before I've done live streams, so I'll be tired occasionally, just like when I'm starting them. That's why it's so important, like when you guys are like there in chat, because it does kind of keep me. It keeps me awake. It keeps me energized. But yeah, man. I like lifting weights. Also like getting to hit the heavy bag, but my gloves are torn up, so yeah. Last time I tried to do it barehanded, uh, I had a couple tears on my knuckles here, especially on the lead hand. Being tall, you rely a lot on that lead hand. Although I have been working on a little double left hand now, trying to emulate a little bit of I know Lomachenko's not the first to do it, but I was trying to emulate the way he does it because he's got really good footwork. hope you know who I'm talking about. Vasil Lomachenko. I think we're starting to watch these storms begin to decline a little bit over here to the north. 73 is what I saw. I think it was with the storms. I think it was with actually the storms in Kansas. This one was 70. Yeah, I think it was the storms in Kansas where I had one clock in at like 73. So this is over towards, I think, yeah, it was over towards where we were looking at earlier around Latkin and Scott something. I can't see because there's so many wind reports right here. Scott City? Okay. Yeah, Scott City. I think Scott City was the one that had the highest gust. But we didn't get anything up to 75, 80. I don't think. Okay, that one's 70. Where was the 70? All right. Where's the 73 or 74 at? I think it was here. Yep, here it is. It was in Finney, and it was from broadcast media, which was interesting. We had a 70 and a 60 mile per hour report in Garden City. Yeah, that's pretty much most of the wind reports. Most of them have stayed below 60 actually. Only been a handful that have made it to 60 plus. So I think probably within the next little bit here, I'm probably gonna get off because after this point, the from what I had noticed on the model runs, the instability's kind of been decreasing more so than anything else. This is not really looking like it's going to be an overnight event. We were originally right with saying that a derecho was rather unlikely. Yeah, I agreed with you, but for what I've seen this month, your guess is as good as mine. Excuse me. Another swig of water here. All right. I think it's probably safe to get out of split screen now. Baconator, if you're still on, could you do me a favor real quick? Uh, oh, okay. Uh, maybe DM contingents before you go to bed tonight, and maybe tomorrow afternoon we can talk about tomorrow's setup, so that way we can figure out whether we're going live or not. Cause there's like a 2% tour or a tornado. There's like a 2% tornado risk, but what we've been calling it tour. But yeah, there's like a 2% tour risk, but I'm trying to figure out if it's worth going live for that, or if we should just, if we do go live, just what kind of mode should we be in? Should we be looking for hail? Oh, hey, contingents. Speaking of the devil, you did a 3 hour podcast? Sheesh, man. Y'all had a lot to talk about. When it's been the opposite of what's going on here, there's so little to talk about. Mm. Dang. Sounds like it was an interesting podcast. Ouch. Just bumped my hand on the mic. 1.2. Where do you see 1.2? I see a 1.7. This is 1. Oh, okay. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, that isn't far from you. That isn't far from you at all. Besides that picture you showed us on Discord, it was pretty gnarly. So I mean, I guess that probably was the one that did it. No, no, I remember you telling me where you live. I met you on stream just like pretty much I met everybody on here. Contingents and Wyatt, Max. Only people I haven't met on stream is pretty much Kyle and Jordan. I met them on social media. Huh? What do you? My volume is up. Hello? I've been literally echoing through my room the entire time. I don't know what's going on with my mic, man. Like, what the heck? What the crap, man? Test, test. Yeah, my input must be low. Something's going on. Well, I mainly didn't want to blow anyone's eardrums out. Is this any better? This any better? I'm using Streamlabs. But I got it a little bit low. I did have it a tiny bit low. I didn't want to blow anyone's eardrums out. Still could be higher? Okay. Here you go. I'm a little bit of a soft talker, to be honest, too. I'm a little bit of a soft talker. So, well, that and try not to disturb my relatives right now, too. But, oh, my input game. I'm literally just using a USB mic. I don't have like a pro setup yet on anything right now. I'd love to have a preamp because that would probably help a lot too. But many avenues to cross, many bridges to cross here before we get that set up. But yeah. Anyway, no, you cannot time out my relatives. They're actually at work right now. Oh, yeah, well, on Streamlabs the volumes I pretty much have it maxed out now with what I've just done. Well, she works like second shift. Night shift. Oh, oh yeah, why it would be like, but yeah, night shift or second shift. Because I used to work a job like that where I would come in at about 2 and then I would then probably get off at like 10 or 11 o'clock. So yeah, it's basically the kind of shift they work. But yeah, I get what you're saying though. Contingents, 200. You could like increase the input gain up to whatever, and basically almost whisper, and people can hear you. Hello again, Mia. But yeah, I don't have the versatile setup that I would need. No, I definitely don't want to do ASMR because I'm not gonna lie. There have been a handful of times. No, no. I'd rather do a whole stream with harsh vocals, which I'm definitely. Here you go again with the freaking mukbang, man. No, thank you. No, thank you. That would be super embarrassing. Can I change input to system? Uh, maybe. No, I don't think it's gonna let me on Streamlabs at least. Maybe through the do I have Discord open? Yes, I do not. You know why I don't have Discord open. The only two things I have open up right now, well, three things, because that's how I play the intro theme, is the media player, Radar Omega, and of course Streamlabs. And then of course Task Manager, kind of get a look at my CPU and my memory. Although really that's a moot point. Oh, I also have Windows Explorer up. Well, I just had it up before I even started streaming, but really it's not making much difference. Like, main thing that uses up my CPU is Streamlabs, undoubtedly. But yeah, tracking my CPU does not help me with CPU. I'll put it that way. Also, I saw that my computer does need an update, so maybe that might help a tiny bit. I just don't think it'll be enough. But we'll see what happens. In any case, though, see if this still has anything. Oh, okay. Looks like you came in at a good time, Contingents. This has a tornado possible tag on it. But I see no real area of rotation, though. Also, looks like we're in like a. No, I wouldn't call this a radar hole. The heck? Let's see if we can find a comma head in here. No, I don't really see any part of the storm that would make me believe that. Maybe right here? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it does use CPU, but it does use a little bit of memory. But Streamlabs uses like at least 90 to 95% of the memory up on my computer, if not all of it sometimes. So that's where the real problem lies. I just need to work on upgrading this. I don't know when that's going to happen. We'll just work towards it bit by bit. Once we get this car fixed, I think that'll help. Well, that still looks like it could be a few weeks out though, too. So baby steps. That's what I keep trying to tell myself. Because if I think about everything all at once, then it's going to become a real problem. Then my mind is going to go nuts. Update sub goal. Yeah, I know, right? Okay. Apparently on Streamlabs you can switch the audio source to like desktop or whatever Windows uses as the default sound server. Okay. How do I do that? Wait, what contingent? Wait, what Baconator? What is that supposed to be? And or better question is, do I want to know? What? Open audio tab, desktop. Okay, okay. Let's try that. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Because I'm not that fast. I wasn't able to do it that fast. In fact, I'm trying to find audio real quick. Uh-oh. But I've said something. Yeah. Actually, I can't find audio. The heck? Is my brain not working? Okay. Just want to make sure you can hear me. I don't hope I didn't mess anything up. Okay, so you said go to audio. Where is audio? Is it settings? Oh, duh. Da, 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 da. Ah, here we go. Here we go. I think I got it a little bit better. Maybe. I might have it fixed. No, not necessarily. I see desktop audio device 1, desktop audio device 2. Because I have a USB mic. What the heck? Really? Baconator. Contingents timeout micro critter zoo. But yeah, it does have an option for default sound device. I was just being silly, I guess. I don't know. Is this any better? Or Max, you want your time to shine? Yeah, it's the same. It's louder. Okay. Now open Discord. All right. Okay. Join video channel or voice channel. Wow. What is wrong with me? Oh wait, I've been working. I worked 10 hours today. Duh. Okay. Give me a minute here. Cause I don't think my CPU is going to like this, and it's going to move very slow for a little bit. Okay. So join voice channel whenever I can. Join voice channel. Crap. Ugh. Come on. Please work. Oh wait. I think I'm here now. Finally. Ah, there we go. I think I found it. So do I just join the activity or something? I guess I just join activity. Hello. Hello. Does it work? Is it working? Is this thing on? Hang on a minute. Can you guys hear me? Because I can't hear you guys at all. If y'all are talking. Any desktop audio? Anything like that? Nope. Crap. Well, dang. Can anyone hear me? Yeah, but I can't hear anybody right now. Hello. Well, dang. Oh, Baconator. Don't make me have to call you by your other name. Wish I could hear you, though, Contingents, so that way we could both call him by his other name at the same time if he doesn't respond soon. I might just do it anyway. Baconator. Baconator Henry. Don't make me call you by your other name. I think I can hear you now, Contingents. Heard something go through my desktop audio finally. Daggone it. Come on, Baconator, reply. You know what? Screw it. If you can, if he hears you say it, then so be it. Probably can't, but 3, 2, 1. Say his name. Wendy's. Come on, Wendy's. Let's go. Dang, nobody's mics work. I'm sad. Well, let me go ahead and look at this storm real quick. Has that tornado possible tag, but I don't think it's going to do anything. Oh wow, it's the only severe thunderstorm warning left. Oh wow. Okay, so looks like I'm still the only one that can talk. Sadly. Ow. Like audio one? Okay, so how do I do that on Discord? Because I have zero idea what the heck I'm doing. Wait a minute. I think I figured it out. Kind of. We'll see. Okay, no, I have not figured out anything. Okay, voice and video. Oh, wait. I think I have figured it out. So, wait, what? I have to set my sound to the same thing, like one audio. Okay, I think I got it. Test. Test. All right. Hey. Oops. That didn't work right. Okay. I got that to work right, but I don't know. The heck with it. Yeah, I turned my headphones off. I figured that part out pretty quick. Oh, I muted my headphones. Oh, I know I did something that I didn't mean to do. I know I did something. Daggone it. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get better at this stuff. I can hear stuff popping up here and everything, but every reason I can't hear you guys, which is stupid. Oh wait, I just figured out something though. Let me I'm gonna try to add a sound real quick. Wendy's. Oh, I can only do that for 5 seconds. That's stupid. So you can only do a 5-second sound. That's a bunch of crap. Baconator. Hello. Hello. Dang it, man. It's a message in staff chat. It's Baconator that is typing. I sure as heck can't hear you though, contingents. It's a bunch of crap. Oh, we figured you weren't talking, Baconator, but yeah. Let me go ahead and end the stream. You can probably keep the voice channel up and go from that point, because I think everything else. No? Oh. Wait, I read that wrong. Yep. I think we're gonna call the stream, but we'll still try to figure this out on here for a little bit before I go to bed, I suppose. Anyone that might be still watching, I think the severe weather threat has wound down enough to where we can call it a night. Don't expect storms to really persist anywhere further off to the east from this point. So that being said, it's been Tire Metalhead Weatherman. You guys, wait, what's wrong, Baconator? You can't hear me? You can't hear me? What's going on? Oh. Okay. Should I end the stream though? Just trying to make sure. Will I mess anything up if I do? Yeah, because I mean, there's only one severe thunderstorm warning left. And really, that storm is starting to look more and more like slop. So I guess we can try and still figure out the voice chat thing, but maybe if I take off Streamlabs, it might help. I don't know. But alright, y'all. I guess other than that, I guess we're calling it a night. Yeah, good stream through it all. Oh no, I'm leaving Gartic Phone. I'm leaving all that stuff on. Ouch. Elbow keeps on popping. But to everybody that was on here, thank you for watching. You guys have a good night. We may see you tomorrow. Till then, take care. Hang on. No, boy. No, we're still going to be on VC contingents. Is that what we're trying to do? Is that the objective? Is to try to get this to work while on stream? Now that may be why that may be what contingents is trying to do. I'm not entirely sure, but I get. Are you sure? Because if you're trying to figure out how to make it work on Okay. Well, I mean, I'll still be on VC though. I'll still be on VC. But all right, I'm gonna end the stream then. All right, everybody, have a good night. We may see you tomorrow, maybe. If so, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. But everybody else who's on here, even though it's probably us, good night.